Let's get it. 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 She's pretty and smart and good at heart. She's light skinned. Let's get it. Her eyes are green, her hair is clean. She's light skinned. Let's get it. Her skin is so fair and she's so straight up. She cooks good food and never bread. She's light skinned. Let's get it. No counterfeit, every hair gets wet. She's light skinned. Let's get it. She's out of sight, don't call her away. She's light skinned. Let's get it. She's so great in bed and she gives awesome head. She gets it back before she's ahead. She's light skinned. She is sport, no first support. She's light skinned. She's never cruel, no attitude. She's light skinned. She's so well behaved cause she needs sense from friends. She don't eat much of bad to bed. She's light skinned. She's out of sight and never fight. She's light skinned. Her skin is green, her self-esteem. She's light skinned. Her skin is so smooth and she knows how to move. She's really thick, she can work the day. She's light skinned. She's fine as wine with the knife behind. She's light skinned. Her skin is beige and you say beige. She's light skinned. There's good white girl class and a sexy fat ass. Her hair is long, I send a song. She's light skinned. She's the only one I want. She's light skinned. The one she's the only one I want. She's light skinned. Light skinned. She pretty and smart and good at heart. Her eyes green, her hair's clean. Her skin's fair, she's straight ahead. She cook good food and never rude. Won't have a fit when head to bed. She's outside, don't call her white. She great bed with off her head. She'll get the bag for she had. She play a sport, off her sport. She never grew, no attitude. Well behaved, decent slave. She don't eat much, her thigh don't tug. Out of sight and never find. Her skin's cream, high self-esteem. Her skin's smooth, know how to move. She really fit, can't ride that beat. Front twine with a nice behind. Her skin is beige. She be on the same page with a white girl class and a big fat ass. Her hair's long. Let's in this song. She's light skinned. She's the only one I want. She's light skinned. The one I call when I wanna have fun. She's light skinned. She's the only one I want. She's light skinned. Light skinned. She's light skinned. She's the only one I want.
Welcome to the GameChanger 00100 show. I am your host, GameChanger. That was called The Light Skinned Song by yours truly. I have two more. That was the one I played today. And yes, for whatever reason, some brothers just have a strong affinity for that light skin. So much so that it clouds all judgment and intelligence in other regards. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the circumstances that is causing some brothers to play themselves, even older brothers. like they don't know no better. All the time and wisdom, and they still allow themselves to be played. Now, this isn't to diminish the brothers. I think that it's really by design, and we're going to discuss that design today. So, want you to meet. Let's call him Unc. Unc here is a working man. He's a man of a certain age, and he fell for a woman using the internet. Now, judging from his age, he probably was a lot older before the internet. He spent a large portion of his life without the internet. So when it came about, he was entering into a new world. Unlike a Zillennial who was born into this world, he was just entering it. And unfortunately, there are those who prey on such naivete and, let's face it, thirst. But we're going to get into that right now. Hit the like button and fair use.
Long hair, like a brown color. She's beautiful.
Did y'all get that part? Did y'all get that part?
She's beautiful. She's light-skinned. Long hair, like a brown color. She's beautiful, man.
We're going to get you some clarity. We're going to look into this for you. But one thing, you can't send her any money.
Why not?
Wow, he said that quick.
I mean, I've been doing it. So it wouldn't affect, I'm just saying it wouldn't affect me like that. I can't send you actual pictures that I take right now. I can't FaceTime you. Things I can't do in the military because of our security level.
Wow.
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com.
In December, we're supposed to meet. There's no other setback. Can't be. The military doesn't do that. They don't hold you somewhere for 3 years and don't let you go home.
In today's episode, we help a man named Mike who finds himself deeply enchanted by a woman he met digitally who goes by the name of Mary. Their connection unfolds after Mike receives an unexpected text from Mary, who confesses to mistaking his number for someone else's. Little did he know that this seemingly insignificant encounter would pave the way to an online relationship. A turning.
Now, I do want to say, I've gotten those texts. Every now and again, I'll get a text and someone say something like, "What are you doing this weekend?" Or, "Hey, I miss you. It's been a long time," or something from a number that I don't know, and I just ignore it. But that's what they're doing. They're just going through, the list of numbers. Like if your number ends with, 5555, then they go, 5555, 5556. That's what I'm assuming they're doing. And they're just, since it's text message, they can just automate it and send those texts to everybody. And I'm pretty sure many of you have gotten them too. And if you respond, then, this picture comes up. And if you like them light skinned, it's like, oh. And then there you go. Somebody said they're mostly Asian pics. I know they have the pics. I never really paid attention to the pics. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're Asian. And another thing is that he calls her light-skinned, and she's not black. At least I don't think. So, like, light-skinned typically pertains to someone who is light for the race that they are, not pertaining to a person who comes from a race of lighter people. So this dude hit different.
Point arises as Mike anticipates a substantial sum of money coming his way and contemplates sharing his newfound wealth with his beloved Mary. However, before taking this step, he seeks our assistance to confirm she is who she claims to be. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
I grew up in a very religious family.
Okay.
So it was real strict.
Okay.
Grew up with my grandparents. I never wanted to be looked upon as somebody like a loser.
Okay.
I always kind of wanted to be a little bit better than that. Nobody to feel sorry for me or anything like that. So it was a standard that I tried to hold, that I held for myself.
Oh.
I'm the kind of guy that I work, man. I work every day. I put in 10 to 12 hours a day. I try to enjoy what I do. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm out by 5. I work from 5 because I like driving during the day versus night. I work from 5 to 5, sometimes 5 to 6, 12 hours, 7 days a week. The last relationship I was in it for quite some time, over 10 years. And this one person was actually sort of mean to me, a narcissist, sort of a sociopath, controlled me, abused me physically as well as verbally.
Oh, crap.
But I kind of felt that the relationship was over because I was being put out of my own home. But I needed somebody that I needed to reach out to. I really did, because I felt like I wanted to scream. And a lot of that I had to keep within me. It could.
Okay. This just gets sadder and sadder. So, obviously, something throughout his life has been different about him. And his peers recognized it. He, he works 12 hours a day from 5 to 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I think that he works so hard, quite frankly, because there's little else for him to do. Now, we're just going to guess the ethnicity of his last girlfriend, but apparently, she beat him psychologically, and we all know who does that. And yeah, that's the situation he's in. It gets very, very, very sad. Hit the like button.
Be anything. TV, it could be another woman around us. The woman could look a certain way. She would start in on me. I know you were looking at her. I know this. I know that. I know. I always had to defend myself. Even before a situation would come up, she would create a situation. So I always had to be on defense with myself, which I did not like. It made me feel very uncomfortable because I felt like I was always better than that. And I didn't need to be in a situation like that. I was at the tail end of that relationship, and this person came in out of nowhere through my texting. I liked the photo. So I replied and I asked, I said, well, who is this? And she thought I was somebody else, and I wasn't. And that's how we started the conversation. She told me her name was Mary. She was very comforting, very, very supportive. She's younger. She was 32. She's beautiful. She's light-skinned.
Huh.
Long hair.
I got to hear that again. Just to... Oh, crap.
She was 32. She's beautiful. She's light-skinned. Long hair, like a brown color. She's beautiful, man. She's a beautiful woman. Puerto Rican, beautiful hair, beautiful skin, beautiful pictures.
In the midst of Mike's relationship, he received a random text from a person that would help him through his rough relationship and change his life.
I was honest with her. I told her I was in an unhappy relationship. We sleep in separate rooms. We have no interlinkings. We have nothing. We were just.
What is that? What is that whole I'm in a relationship with somebody and I sleep in separate rooms? What is that? Is that like the thing that people his age do? He's not the only person I know, and I'm gauging boomer or very, very, very older Gen X. But I do know that a lot of them do sleep in separate rooms.
In something, and I needed to get out. And so she was comforting with that. She was like, listen, just when she comes at you, argues at you, don't say anything. I was still in that home when we started talking. We were sleeping in separate rooms, and I was talking to this person every day, comforting to me because I was lonely. I was unhappy, and she was just the perfect person to talk to at that time.
Okay, now let's talk about that for a second. Um, I'm going to reserve my opinion of him because, well, I'm just saying. And I am going to say it's not an accident. It's not an accident that he finds himself in this particular position. It's not. He was set up from birth to be in this position. They understand that local women, the women who are local to him, the women who are not quote unquote light skinned, they understand that if a person is deprived of something, and not just SC triple X, there's also just the femininity factor and the kindness and such and such and such and such, that he will pay a premium for the thing that he is neglected. So he was neglected by design, even when he lived in the same house as someone. They deliberately, or she deliberately, neglected him so she could get more from him in doing so. Like, notice what, but see, there was an interference, and the interference was this Mary woman. So he told Mary, I was in a relationship, meaning that he was with the woman who was mistreating him and stuff while he was talking to Mary. And now that relationship ended. That's a 10-year relationship, and I'm pretty sure she's been just as obnoxious and abusive the last year as she was the second year. I'm pretty sure of that. He found now is the time to leave. Right now is the time to leave. Because he thought that he found something better. And that is the dilemma that the B-dub is in. Hit the like button. Once somebody made it clear, like they offered just a little bit of synthetic, of fake femininity. And he was away from Keisha like that. Plus, she's light skinned. Imagine what happened once his brother discovers passports. And that there are entire countries, and some would argue continents, full of light skinned. Just imagine what will happen when he discovers that. And that's what Keisha is running scared for, because their plan depends primarily on complete and total isolation and deprivation. I'm going to repeat that. Their plan requires complete and total isolation and deprivation. And that is what he had for the last 10 years. Once a man is in this situation, he's isolated and deprived, a woman can do anything. his isolation was interrupted by a random phone call. So she missed out. Trust me, if that hasn't happened, he would still be with her because that was all that he has. Plus, he mentioned earlier he don't want to look like a loser to his peers. So she probably give him the appearance of a healthy relationship when his boys come by. It's like, okay, put some of your stuff in my room, and when your boys is here.
The advice that you would give me is to be quiet. Don't be in a fighting mood with her because you're going to be leaving out of there. So while you're there, just go in your room, be quiet, and try to be to yourself. Very supportive. Her astrology sign and my astrology sign are probably the one most compatible things out there because we're both emotional people. I'm sensitive, she's sensitive. That really brought us together because we understood.
I wonder if the person actually did some due diligence on that, looked up his astrology sign, and then made up a compatible one. I mean, y'all know how I feel about astrology and the people who believe in it. So I'll just leave that alone. But yeah.
Each other. I just went right into it. She was just, everything was just perfect. We opened up the day and we closed the day. Throughout the day, we would talk just what's happening, how wonderful we felt talking to each other, and how glad we were to meet each other. I really feel strongly about you. I mean, I'm becoming more and more into you. I mean, it was those type of conversations.
The more Mike would text Mary, the further he grew apart from his current girlfriend of 10 years. He felt he needed to make a decision.
I hear that. The more he texted Mary, the more he felt closer to her than his current girlfriend, the further he moved away from his current girlfriend. So this person is giving him more femininity through text than his girlfriend was in real life.
Because my business was my business. We weren't married. We were just in a relationship. She never found out that I was online talking to someone. I kept giving her chances because that was just the type of person I am. Although I wasn't happy, I kept giving her chances. And then it became a situation to where I couldn't do it anymore. I mean, even when I was with her a long time, I took care of her. I did everything for her. And so since I found this beautiful soul, I want to take care of her. And I want to love her and be the things that she wants me to be. And love her completely. Be everything.
This is sad.
It just gradually just got to the point to where she's my heart. We call each other everything from honey to baby boo, everything. Honey,
oh crap,
baby, sweetie, my love, everything, man. I would listen to her, and we never really argued or anything, ever. The first time she told me she loved me was about a month into us talking.
Oh crap.
But it wasn't like a love, it was, a love where it had developed into a nice feeling. So she...
Oh, I have to pause it for a second. This is just, this poor brother. The deprivation is real. He's getting heart text and my whole life has changed. because she's light skinned, we'll play pretend that I'm the one she loves.
And just come out and just say, I love you. It was just something that after talking like we talked, it was something that she said she felt. And for me, it was just what I needed because I was yearning that.
I'm glad that he used those words. He admitted it.
Up until this point, Mike would do anything for Mary, but the situation got complicated when she claimed she was being deployed.
She's in the military. She told me she was in Afghanistan. But, they sit them out on their work. And the military is a stickler behind certain things, which I found out that they really, truly are. Do's and don'ts of the military. I can't send you actual pictures that I take right now. I can't FaceTime you. Things I can't do in the military because of our security level. A few times we were supposed to get together, but that didn't happen because of the military prolonging the stay and whatnot. She really didn't ask me for money. It was more like we were discussing some of the things that she had to do with taking care of her relatives and some of the things that she had to pay. So I offered to help her. I did. All I wanted to do was help her. I didn't want her to struggle. I didn't want her to worry, and I still don't. I don't want her to worry about a thing. I want her to serve her time out, and I'll take care of her. She would thank me with all her heart. Thank you for everything you do for me. I really love you. Thank you for what you do for me. Thank you. Every day she would always thank me. She would thank me and tell me how proud she is and tell me how she knows that I love her and she loves me. It was those type of things that make me.
There's like little grammatical things that suggest foreigner, but then again, this is a Puerto Rican or allegedly Puerto Rican, so yeah, okay.
Me gravitate to her because those are the things I hadn't heard or hadn't felt. She says, we're one. Then I would send 50 to $200 a day.
Oh,
50 today, 200 tomorrow, 70 today, next day. 50, never a certain.
and I want y'all to understand. Don't this dude isn't just like a basic jest, even though he probably is. But in addition to that, he's definitely something to learn from because it seems like he's not depraved. Well, he probably is too. But the thing that he's yearning for isn't SEXXX. Because truth be told, for $50 to $200 a day, I'm pretty sure you can have that SEXXX every day. From your local Horium. So I don't think he's yearning for femininity. That's what they want for all of us.
Amount, whatever I could send to her to help her. I work, and so I have my account set up to my job, and so they deposit the money, so I can just send it right over to her, what I want to send.
Mike works in transportation. He's extremely reliable. He takes pride in making the people in his community feel comfortable and taken care of when they request a ride from him.
I take pride in my job. I did 26,000 rides for Uber. So, man, my experiences, man, I have so many. I had a woman in my car yesterday. She was so delightful. I get joy.
26,000 rides for Uber. And like, you don't have to be a mathematician to just if you estimate like $10 a ride, um, that's $260,000 that he made in an Uber. I don't know over what time period that spans, but yeah, it's that's a lot. And $50 a day, that's $1,500 a month. So to have that as disposable income, meaning that after all the, at least I hope, after all the bills are paid, he has this, he has remaining $1,500 to, spend on a catfish. Hey, it seems like Uber is lucrative, so kudos to him on that.
Out of this most of the time, I provide a nice ride. I provide a ride where, you can be yourself. I mean, and if we want to talk, we can talk. Most of the time I talk, I like to talk. So it's whatever the mood is. I don't know what people go through throughout the day. So I
That's another sign of yearning for connection.
don't judge a person by what I feel, because most of the time you don't know. I'd say 98, 99% of the time you don't know. I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a giving guy. And I truly care if somebody.
Okay, don't categorize yourself as a nice guy when you're giving with expectations. Don't. If I go to the store and buy a soda, I'm not a nice guy. I'm a guy who's purchasing a soda. I'm not. I'm not giving to the poor store clerk or something like that. I'm a person who wants a soda. You know, um, you're giving because you want to be with this woman because she's light skinned. That doesn't make you nice. That just makes you sort of looking for a merchant, a merchant of light skinnedness. Hit the like button.
He's in my car and they're going through stuff. I'm there for them in terms of having a conversation, to just be open to what people have to say and be kind of understanding.
Since Mary has claimed she was deployed to Afghanistan, Mike has essentially been funding her life. He sends her money daily.
I would send her, it wouldn't be in a bulk sum. It would be like a little bit every day or every other day, $200. I can make $200 a day, sometimes 300. So I send her a portion of that every day. She doesn't have to ask me. I just do it. And when I haven't been able to do it, we talked about it, but
$200 a day. That's actually very little for 12-hour days, but I don't know if that's how much he has like extras disposable or what, but still $200 a day. I guess $10 a day would be um, um, 3,000 or excuse me, $3,650. So, or $100 a day would be $36,000. So he's clocking like $72,000 a year. Um, and yeah, to send 1,500, that's yeah, he's really kind of sending nearly half of what he makes to her, or a third of what he makes to her.
it's me initiating it. So if I make 150, I'll send her 75.
Oh, he is. He's
Every
literally
day it
sending
adds
that.
up. We've been together over 2 years, $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Hmm.
So it might be more than that. I'm just using 30,000 as a ballpark. Might be 60. Let's say 40. It's almost like I pay her rent.
Deployed service people don't have rent. Um, at least I don't think that they do. That would be the weirdest military fact that I've learned ever. if the U.S. government sends you to a foreign country and then charge you rent. That would be wildly just. I wouldn't even know what to make of that. But let's go back to his previous chick, and we know that she was Keisha. We know that she's a Keisha. Just the fact that he admires her light skinnedness means that he's not used to lighter women. So because she was unwilling to share a room with this guy, she's missing out on the $24,000. Let's just, or what do you say, $40,000. If Keisha offered in real life some of the femininity that he was yearning for through text, he would have gladly just broke bread, 40K a year, in addition to how much she makes, and in addition to the fact that they're sharing an apartment or house or what have you. So her expenses are like cut at least in half. At least in half. Plus, she would have gotten the extra 40K a year because he's a nice guy. But she was so manipulative and so staunch on her desire to deprive him. She lost it on everything. Now, keep in mind, 40K a year, and they've been together for 10 years. It's 400K. She would have in the bank if she would have just been a better woman. Somebody said they can't even fake it in real life. That's wild. That is wild. Like all this woman is doing is just every now and again saying, "Hi, bunny, hi, honey, hi, baby, hi, boo." This dude worked 12-hour days. You can't be polite for the very few hours he's at home. Okay.
Because she said she's going to get her money after she gets out, and we can share that. And I tell her, I won't need to really share that with you. You can just have that as your play money, because what I'm getting, I'll be able to take care of you the rest of your life. So I'm coming into a lot of money. Very, very large sum of money. Mary knows this. This is going to happen.
He don't respect money either. People who go to those generic machines, unless you're like away or something, I judge because it shows like a lack of respect for money. Because not only do those machines charge you, and my cousin owns one of those machines. Not only do those machines charge you for using it, but what do I want to say? But your bank charges you as well. And yes, a few dollars, but that add up. That add up. You mean to tell me that you, as an Uber driver, won't drive a little bit further to go to one of your local bank branches? And not inside, just go to like a local ATM, and you could, I'm not trying to rip on this guy, but respect money. I mean that adds up. Just like that $50 a day that you send, these photos adds up. That adds up too, but he don't really see it like that. He just sees it as, if you have money, then why not spend it? I'm pretty sure he spent his entire life just spending the entirety of his disposable income. That's a problem. And that's a separate problem than the one he's going through now. But yeah.
Say within days. And I want to share that with Mary.
Mike is receiving a large amount of money from a settlement soon. He even plans on sharing a portion of it with Mary. This would help her get home and get rid of all the debt he has from sending her money every day.
It's coming back to kind of bite me a little bit because I have taxes, and we sent through Cash App and Bitcoin, and so now you have to be accountable for that. Thank God I'm getting what I'm getting, because I can pay all my everything off. I'll be able to pay everything off. the blessing that I'm getting. I knew eventually it would come through. So I knew if she was with me, I would be able to take care of her and still be able to take care of her. She even sent me some documents to say I'm her fiance. So I gave up my information. It was a document that was told to me that we had to submit to show that I was her fiance. I have told my family about Mary. Yes. I told them that I'm in love with this person.
I
want to be with this person. Period. And that they wouldn't tell me anything. They just would make comments about how'd you meet her? Okay, watch out for the internet. That kind of stuff. In December, we're supposed to meet. There's no other setback. Can't be.
Salute to his family and friends. Whenever I hear stuff like this, I assume that the person don't have family or friends, or they're not very good family or friends. But they did the thing that I would do, and the way he just dismissed it. And they tell me just watch out for the internet. It's like, no, they're telling you something very important. This isn't something that you just dismiss.
The military doesn't do that. They don't hold you somewhere for 3 years and don't let you go home. I don't want to believe that she's scamming me. No, I don't believe that. I believe that she is who she is.
I don't want.
It would break my heart.
You're playing me. Keep
it would break my heart.
Cause my heart can't. That's the stupid.
I believe her. I believe her. Totally believe everything she tells me. Everything.
Well, Seekers, the next day, our team got together to come up with a game plan. Mike was deeply involved with Mary. He was missing all of the obvious red flags. David and I sat down with Mike for the first time to gather more details.
We're really interested to hear more about your story, and we really want to help you out. We want to try to help you out.
Okay, thank you.
I have to hear about this girl.
Man. Well, I'm in love with her. We've been doing this a long time, a couple of years over, and we've made all these plans. Our conversations are like a relationship, man. It's everything. We talk about everything.
And how often do you guys talk?
Every day.
We watched your video back where you were breaking down your story, and you just seem so sure about her being real.
I guess.
See, he's not completely sure. That's why he called these people, and he's using his service. You know, he knows there's some part of him that he knows it's not real, but it's all the femininity that he's getting. And this is a sad story. This is not something to laugh at least not something for me to laugh at. You know, she understands that this is the only femininity that he's getting. And so he's has an internal conflict between what logic is telling him to be real, and that is that she's fake. That's why he called the people. And what he truly, truly, truly want to be true, and that is that this younger, light-skinned woman that's in the military is into this guy, and that she loves him, and blah 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 blah.
I need confirmation. I mean, we have a few more months before this should come to fruition, but I thought it was going to come to fruition before. I'm doing this to find out for me, and if I could just somehow be able to keep this to me, which I don't know, to bear not seeing her this time would really hurt me. If she's not who she says she is, how can we have a relationship?
Yeah, 100%.
Because if she's not who she says she is, and she happens to be somebody else that's over somewhere, but that can't really get here to me, you know, there isn't nothing.
We're going to get you some clarity. We're going to look into this for you. But one thing, you can't send her any money.
Why not?
It doesn't make sense.
That's what I've been doing. So it's not.
He said that quick. That was a knee-jerk response. Why not? Wow. Okay.
Like I'm sending a lot.
But $50 a day is still $1,500 a month. And if you've been talking for 2 years, I mean, that's like close to $30,000.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying, Mike, give us a week.
I mean, I've been doing it. So it wouldn't affect, I'm just saying it wouldn't affect me like that.
Look, you're a grown man. You make your own decisions. I'm just giving you the advice that we give all of our clients.
I know you guys are. So if I did send this money every day or every other day or whatever, what would that do?
Mike, it doesn't look good. Like, you haven't met her in person. You haven't talked to her on the phone.
I know all that. I know all that.
It's just not good to keep sending her money until we can give you clarity.
But what I'm saying is, would that, if I sent her this little money, would that affect anything?
It's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect Drew. But,
it's not little money.
You know, like, you came to us for a reason. You came to us because something in the back of your mind is telling you, your spidey sense is kicking off right now. And it's like, hey, Mike, something's going on here. Based on what you're telling us, the advice, and we deal with literally hundreds of thousands of people a year come to us.
Oh, dang.
And so I'm just trying to help you out. In the end of the day, Mike, if you want to still send her money. But I personally don't think you should do it. My colleague here, Drew, agrees with me. But in the end of the day, it's really up to you.
I've said it way too much to let $250 or $200 affect anything.
All right. So next steps. So we'll get the information from you, and then we'll follow up with you in 1 week with all.
Keisha set him up good. Keisha set him up, but good. Pay attention, fellas. This is what they want for all of you. I got to get that clip of Magneto saying, this is what they want for all of us. This is what they want for all of you.
The answers, okay?
Okay.
All
right.
After a few days, Virginia and Bree sat down to find out who the real woman was in these photos. If we could figure out that, we could bring an end to this mess.
So Mike needs our help verifying his online girlfriend's identity. Okay. He's been talking to her for a few years now, and he sends her money every day.
A few years. So we're talking $40K a year for 3 years. He spent $120K on this woman. Now, Keisha's thinking that that's $120K loss, and it is, because all you had to do was offer like basic femininity. More femininity than a person can offer through a text, and you wasn't able to do that. So Keisha missed out on that $120K. And somebody somewhere got it.
Did he send any photos or information?
Yeah, I actually have a picture of her that maybe we can run a reverse image search on.
Okay.
Check this out. Wow, look at all these profiles of her. This is a lot.
Wow.
So he's older, and he's not even tech savvy because you can't do this yourself. And it's not something that's costly or difficult to do. You just do it on Google reverse image search. He doesn't know this because, in fact, I don't even think that he's online. Like, all of this is through text messages. So, you know, like, he got a random text message. So they found like the perfect one. And trust me, you know, the way these people work is if you send thousands of, you know, hey, what you doing this weekend? Text message to random phone numbers, somebody's going to reply.
It's going to be pretty difficult to sift through all these different profiles. Yeah.
Look what I found. An article that says cyber criminals target military online to set up imposter romance scams.
And it has her Instagram handle right here.
Yep. Let's look her up.
Yeah. It looks like that page might have been deactivated.
Yeah, but look, there's so many fake profiles of her.
I know, but none of her official page, huh? I found a picture of her and what looks like to be maybe her boyfriend or husband or something. I'm thinking maybe we just run a reverse image.
Look at her actual husband's physique versus dudes.
Oh, but none of
Not
her
the couple,
official
homie,
page.
but
I found a picture of her and what looks like to be maybe her boyfriend or husband or
okay,
something.
so this is like her actual boyfriend, husband, or what have you. Looks to be the same ethnicity and all that. You can see some pectoral stuff going on with the collarbone and all that stuff. And then there's you. Oh man. Yeah, that's
I'm thinking maybe we just run a reverse image search on him. Go through his friends list and see if we can find her.
Okay.
I found his Facebook profile. It looks like he's tagged her in a picture.
Yeah. Look at the biceps. Look at the forearm. That's the actual. That's what her actual. That's what the actual boyfriend looks like. That's like if you've seen them walking down the street, or if you pick these two up in an Uber, you would say, "Oh, this makes sense." So, yeah.
And I was able to find her Instagram profile using that same name. Look at this.
No wonder we can't find her.
Different last name. They're married now.
Gotcha. That's why we can find her right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we know that Mike's girlfriend is complete fake. Now I'm wondering where his money's going to.
So I have his number up here where he's been sending money. And I can run a search and see where the funds led to.
I didn't know that a person would do that anymore.
So depending on how much he sent, I'll follow the funds. Most likely it'll end in an exchange where these scammers are exchanging out the funds and cashing out the money. So check it out. It looks like his funds moved twice and then they went to this exchange.
I recognize that exchange.
Yeah.
Sadly, Mike has not only been talking to a fake profile using someone else's images, but he's been sending money to a popular exchange that we often see in romance scams.
I think the light at the end of the tunnel is that he gets clarity and now he can move on from his scammer.
If you've made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much.
It was now time to sit down with Mike and go over everything that we had found.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
It's okay. I was just had this on my mind all day.
Wait till he see her actual boyfriend and then see himself. Like,
and go over everything that we had found.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
It's okay. I was just had this on my mind all day.
I bet. I have no doubt.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Did you send her money?
Yeah.
Since we last spoke?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, well, we talked about it, but we have a lot of information for you today.
We do.
Okay.
Starting with the fact that she's in Afghanistan. So we pulled troops out of Afghanistan in 2021.
Right.
Did you guys ever speak about that?
Yep.
And what did she say?
She said there's a few troops left there.
And that's why she was deployed there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's her calling me now.
oh crap.
Let me get rid of her.
Mike, put the phone down and then let us give you this information. This is, I promise you, this is way more important than you know, letting her know where you are.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, to kind of go back, Mike, like I said, there's just no way she could be deployed in Afghanistan because we pulled troops out in 2021. What are you thinking with that information?
I knew that. You know, it brought I'm just telling her, okay, she'll understand.
Oh,
okay.
Crap.
It brought doubts. It brought doubts to me.
This dude is, she'll understand. Wow.
Isn't that the reason why you've sent all, you know, every time you sent her money, it's because of that, right?
No. I send her money because of what we have. I don't send it to her because of that. I send it to her because that's what I want to do. That's why I send her money.
We took a look at your chats, and one thing that really stood out, Mike, is like every time you guys chatted, you would like literally pour your heart out to her, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But her responses were very vague. It was just like, okay, baby, thanks, honey. You know, just very, very vague responses. She never responded back. And it was just really about money.
Okay.
Was that a red flag to you? I mean, as you guys were chatting, I mean, was that frustrating to just be giving somebody your heart and then not hearing anything back from them?
Because I had begun, we've talked so much, I began to just trust that.
But Mike, she's sending you 3 letters every single time.
I know all that.
So let's get.
Okay, so, and this is when I said earlier that it gets worse, it gets sadder. I think that this is where it tops out because think about how he was describing their quote unquote relationship. You know, like it was in depth and that it was love and it was this, but you know, they're looking at it completely objectively and without a light skin fetish, and they're saying, you know, these are just 3 letters. These are just 3 letters, like, hey baby, hi. Or 3 words, excuse me. You know, it shows a level of how depraved he is. You know, he's spending $40,000 a year on kind words. I don't even know if he's completely delusional or if he's voluntarily delusional. Because especially for people his age, and I remember seeing the commercials when I was a kid. They used to have like 976 numbers. Now, 976 numbers were used for a lot of things. I remember I snuck and used it one time to call the Easter Bunny when I was a kid. And you could call pretty much anything. You can call, back in the day, we were talking about way back when, you could call to get video game tips. They even had like a homework one where you called. It charged like $1 and some change up to maybe like $5-10. They even had like you could call it and they'll predict who's going to win tonight's game, you know, tonight's football game or something like that. And one of the things that they had was SEXXX operators, which means that you call and it's a woman on the other line and you phone bone, or maybe you just talk about your day or something like that. Who knows? But people called. And you know, they would pay by the minute to talk to this person, knowing that it's not real. So there's a market for basic femininity, is what I'm getting at. There's these guys who don't mind paying to talk to what appears to be a woman, you know. Yeah. There was a movie. Spike Lee did a movie about it called Girl 6.
Into the rest. So you sent money through Cash App every single time?
I send her the Cash App and she uses the Bitcoin.
So the wallet you gave us actually had money deposited 2 days ago.
I sent her money.
Okay, and that was cryptocurrency. And so there were 153 transactions that went in there, and all those transactions ended up in a Binance wallet, and they also ended up in a Wazirix wallet.
I know the amounts that I've sent her.
So Wazirix is an Indian crypto.
So it really makes it hard to feel bad for this guy because he does seem like a jerk. Like and someone says Spectrum, you know, I'm not qualified to make that assessment, but definitely something different going on. And he's being a jerk. And one of the things that, and this is a problem, especially as someone his age, is that he don't listen. He don't listen to anyone. I know how much I sent. Yes, we're reminding you how much you sent. You know, that's just part of the flow of this conversation. Just this is the portion where you listen. These are guys who are probably for free looking to save you a lot of money. In fact, if he had a willingness to listen, he would have found the red pill community. And this wouldn't have been a problem for the past 3 years. He would have found this community and, you know, maybe hopped on a panel and then say, yeah, I've been sending this Spanish chick, you know, $50 a day for the last 3 years. Somebody would have, I know I would have said, whoa, you know, but he don't. So he's the cause of his own isolation, in addition to the deprivation that Keisha is putting on him.
Cryptocurrency exchange.
Okay.
So if you're not in India, there really is no reason for you to use an Indian cryptocurrency exchange.
So what you're saying is that she is in India?
Either she's in India or the person she's sending money to wash the money is in India.
Okay.
Our team, we ran a reverse image search and we were able to locate the real person in these images.
Okay.
And her name is not Mary.
Okay.
Her name is Sherri, and she's happily married, and she's also lives in Missouri. She's not in Afghanistan. She's not deployed on a peacekeeping mission.
Is she the person on the picture?
She's the person.
The picture of the Eiffel Tower should have been like a key indicator that she's not in Afghanistan.
In the pictures.
Well, she's married?
She's married. But she hasn't been talking to you, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, let him process it.
We're going to bring the real woman in these images onto the call with us, okay?
Okay.
You're going to be able to speak to her face to face.
Okay.
Mike was so deep in love with Mary, we knew we had to get the real woman in front of him to get him to fully come to terms. He was about to come face to face with the woman he thought he was in a relationship with for nearly 3 years.
Hi, how are you?
I'm not doing too good.
No.
I'm not doing too good at all.
So Sherri, we just revealed to Mike that he's not talking to you. And so we wanted to bring you on so that you could talk to him and explain your situation, because this is not the first time this has happened to you.
I'm just looking at Sherri and oh wow, Sherri.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, honestly, because unfortunately, you're not the first person that I've found out about this. But it's sad. Honestly, it's sad to see innocent, good people getting scammed. You know, there's just bad people out there, and I hate to see that, you know, affecting people like yourself. And so it's heartbreaking to see this side of it.
With Sherri, you know, I'm glad I'm getting a chance to see you. I understand. It's so bad. It's so bad. And it's over, you guys. It's over. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, I think that's probably best just for yourself and for,
Yeah. We ran some searches on your profiles. You have thousands of them all over the internet. How is it dealing with this on a day-to-day basis?
It kind of goes back and forth. I get a lot of messages from people usually either on one side of the spectrum that are, hey, I'm sorry you're dealing with this. Just so you know, these profiles are out there. And of course, I'm aware of those. And then the other side is where I've gotten messages saying, hey, like, I've sent this person this much money and they feel like I owe them something, and that's the hard ones. I just kind of, this.
What kind of logic is that? It's the logic of people sending money. What kind of logic? Okay. So somebody took this poor woman's image and did nefarious things to him, with the image. And then the guy finds the real person and says, you owe me. Does the person who had her image taken, who had a part of her identity stolen, owes you? Wow.
I've been dealing with it since about 2017, as I want to say, when my Instagram stuff started picking up. Since then, I just have kind of shut down from it. I tried my best to create awareness on my page, putting out stories like PSAs, basically just saying, hey, like, this is false, be aware of this, X, Y, and Z. But at this point, it's sort of, I've pulled away from social media. I don't really use it as much. I'm not active on there anymore. It feels like if I post photos, then I'm basically just giving ammo to these scammers.
Mike, I know this is like extremely emotional for you. Speaking to someone for, all these years and then seeing this person, it has to feel surreal.
I'm a pretty strong person.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I've been duped. Let's put it that way. Yeah. It's only money to me.
Oh, the way to put it.
I've been duped, and I hope that the karma that's about to come to these people, because it will come. I'm a very spiritual person, and what's happened to me, I gave from the bottom of my heart every day, thinking that this was something that we're going to build on.
I really hope that things get better for you. I'm so sorry that you had to go through this.
It's okay.
I'm glad that I was able to be here and give you some closure, hopefully, and help you move on. There's good people out there, and don't stop trying, and it's going to get better. And I really do the best.
You take care of yourself. You're always look, you take care of yourself. Okay?
I will.
All right. I'm glad I got a chance to truly meet you. I'm glad.
Yes, I am too. I wish you the best, and thank you all for what you guys do.
Very kind. Thank you so much, Sherri.
Of course. All right. Thank you.
See you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. Wow, you guys. Okay. I can deal with it.
So we have one more thing that we want to reveal. So we did an IP tracker. And so with the IP tracker, we took a link. We have a website called fugiftcards.com, and we sent that link. Well, when the person clicks on the link and they come to our website, we can actually track their location. The person that clicked on the link is from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay. They're Nigerian.
So they're most likely Nigerian.
Okay. You don't know what you guys just did for me. You guys don't know what you just did for me. I mean, you guys just completed my world. I mean, you did something for me. I really thank you guys, because I know now. I've been hacked, and it's okay. I can move on.
Okay, nice. People after the interview, we're working with him to report this scam. Okay.
Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Somebody said $1,500 is rent. In Nigeria, maybe not Lagos, but it's rent for about an entire apartment building. So yeah, let's just see what's going on here. Income average income in Nigeria. Let's see, average income widely estimates hovering around $170 to $220. What is that, a day? It doesn't say. Let's see. Oh, monthly. Yeah. So, and you're spending $1,500. You're basically, so who's ever getting over on you is balling, and you're not the only one, because there's like so many pictures of her. So dude is out there stunting, and it's a dude. We all know it's a dude. Dude is out there stunting on your dime, making an income that covers about 7 people just off of view. He making it rain Niari off of view. Now, if this guy, I don't think that he has the ability to save, and I don't know what it is with people like this, um, people with severe inabilities to save. He's a contractor. I don't know how long he's worked for Uber, but I don't think that when you're an independent contractor like that, you're paying towards retirement. So hopefully he had a job for, um, like a non-contract job, um, a W-2 job. Hopefully he had one of those for a long time, and then when he reached a certain age, he could just retire in Nigeria. Like hopefully he could do something like that. But with the money that he spent, he could actually just have gone to Nigeria for a year or so. But since he likes light-skinned women, he could have went to Puerto Rico for a year or two with the money. Like really, being an Uber, like he could just do 1 year here, 1 year there, 1 year here, 1 year there, 1 year here, 1 year there. Like every year, if you have like after all your bills are paid and you have like an extra 40K, or actually you could do 1 year here, 2 years there, to whatever light-skinned country that you feel most comfortable in. But in addition to everything else, he it seems like he has a lot of trouble saving, because the way he views money is like, I don't mind spending it if I got it. Kind of like some people are kind of programmed, and I'm somewhat like this, to where if there's food on the plate, why not eat it? Like you're supposed to consume all the food on your plate. I'm not like that. I am like, when I see something that's out for consumption, like candy, when you walk into certain people's office, they'll have like a candy bowl or something like that. or a station with hand sanitizers. Like I see it and I just have an urge to use the hand sanitizer. I get the feeling that he's one of those people to where if he sees $100 in the bank, he just gets an urge to spend it. And yeah, if so, he's going to, well, he has lived a very hard life. But I mean, with 40K of disposable income, he could actually, and a job that won't fire you if you're gone for a year or two, like Uber. I believe it's designed to where if you go for 2 years and come back, it's still there. Like Uber is still there. They're not going to fire you like if you work for Walmart and you left for 2 years. So he could do that, but once again, he is detached from Red Pill Society, and he doesn't even know what a passport bro is. And this is just basic manipulation that he suffered from. They got a whale out of him, but this is just basic manipulation that they had to do. There is more sophisticated forms of manipulation to where it's actually the woman. There exist places where women like that are the ones doing the scamming. So you can actually call, ring, ring. Like, imagine if she actually FaceTimed him. What that would do to his imagination. So there's different levels to this. He got took on level 1, Fortunately, the woman who's doing it or the woman whose picture they're using is a sweetheart. But imagine if she just like was on some sister girl stuff and said, "Hey, wait a minute. If my image is getting like 40K a year off these suckers, then why not do that? It pays more than the military. Like why not be the real person?" And yeah. So scams where they tried to scam me, right? Let me see if I have the stuff. So there's a dude in Colombia. Used to come to these spaces called Marco Grande or El Grande on YouTube. Check him out. What was it? Some woman sent me a something, and it had like her picture of her passport and everything. Let me see if I can find the email I sent Marco. And she said that she was like stuck in a train station in LA or something like that, and she needs a place to stay, and someone to take care of her. And we all know what that means. She's basically saying that, if you can get me from LA to the Bay and pay the train fee to get there, then I'll stay at your place and pretty much be trapped in your place with no money and willing to work for wages. Hint, hint. So I'm like, I don't think I ever spoke to you. And full disclosure, so I went on a dating site, as I often do. Okay. Let's be clear. When I say I don't do online dating, I'm talking about locally. If I'm going on a trip to somewhere, if I'm going to Brazil, you will find me on a Brazilian dating site before I get there. And that's something I recommend anyone do. Before I get to the country, I am going to be on that dating site to see if I can link something up and have it ready when I get there. When I say I don't online date, I'm talking locally. So while doing that, apparently, somebody got the number, and then they just hit me with this thing, and I'm like, well, if we were talking and you realized that I was looking for somebody to meet, there, not here. And just like they described, the conversations was really short and weird and vague, you know. Um, the person even sent me like a video of them in the train station, and I'm looking for clues and stuff. So I send it to Marco. Let me see if I could. I want to share that. I'll share the email. I'll share the information that I sent to him with you all. Hold on one moment. I'm like, hey, this is weird. First of all, I don't remember talking to this chick. And secondly, who just popped up in LA and stuck at a train station? Like, but the level of sophistication was far superior to the level of sophistication here. Um, because she knew, or the person knew exactly how much it costs, to go from LA to the Bay. Like they asked for that, like I need a train ticket and blah 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 blah. Let's see. Oh, by the way, Eugene, thanks for the super chat. Actually, I got a cash app yesterday I want to read too. Thank that person too. Fellas, never send money to a woman you don't see. And I'm about to capitalize on that because never send money to a woman that you do see. Never send money. That's the easy one. They will scam you. It almost happened to me again. I had enough game to figure out the red flags. Good for you. Good for you. I'm gonna tell you, especially with AI coming about, and once these foreigners start to realize how to use it, um, the scams are going to be a lot more sophisticated because they were able to find her video using a Google reverse image search. But what if it's like a AI generated image that don't exist? Or really they just make up a whole AI person and put an Instagram out there and everything. Like, they haven't reached that level, but once they do, listen, just don't send money. Not only do you not send money to someone that you don't see, don't send money to someone that you have seen. Meaning that, and this is why I do need the red pill, meaning that if you go to a foreign country and you have a good time with someone while you're there, and then you get back to the States and you hear these stories about sick grandmas and stuff, don't send them money. And if you think that they won't let you hit it again when you get back, you are mistaken. All right, let's see. Oh, dang, he's on the movie night list, so it'll be hard to find the one where I'm just talking to him. Let's see. What year was this? This was a long time ago. Oh, actually, I'll just do the inbox. There we go. Or not the inbox, I meant the sent box. No, I just did the sent box. Yeah, so it should. All right. See if I can find them. Okay, gotcha. I found something. Uh, well, I found something, but this isn't the conversation that we had about that. Maybe it was on text message. Maybe that's it. Anyway, I'm not gonna spend all day looking for that. But nevertheless, you know, she even sent me like a copy of her passport and stuff. It was deep. Like, so just don't just don't be sending these foreigners, money. It was actually Marco that said um, that I should have did it um, because I never really did that. There was one time where I was in Dominican Republic, and a girl that I met online, she was in Santo Domingo, which is a big drive away from um, Puerto Plata. So she said that she would come up my way, but she needed money for gas in order to do that. I didn't feel comfortable sending it, so I didn't. Marco reviewed the, text exchange and stuff, and said, "Nah, she seems legit." Um, you know, and she did. Like, looking back at it, showed her car and everything, and you know, but hey, better safe than sorry. I was able to find someone in Puerto Plata anyway. So let's see. All right, let's read your comments. Dang, I've been busy in the chat room. All right, I'm gonna have to spot read this. All right, thanks to the first super chat where he says, play the light skinned song. Gotcha, done. All right. Um, you need to use that as a soundbite. Yeah. The way he said she's light skinned, she's beautiful. All right. Uh, Joe Blow, I stand corrected. Okay. GC is called paying for a woman's room and board, but not getting any nookie or simping. Yeah. Yeah, he's not. Not only was he not getting nookie, he wasn't getting femininity, which is what it appears as if he's yearning for, because that's what he was paying for from this fictitious person. You know, um, deprived of confidence. Well, I think that his lack of confidence is a byproduct of his deprivation. He'll lose his mind. You talking about, like, oh, once he discovers passport? Yeah. Once he discovers passports, he is going to, go crazy. All right. I want to thank uh, KGT. Don't want to say the full name, for the super chat from yesterday, or the cat chat from yesterday. Excuse me. Let me see if he has your screen name here. No, you don't have your screen name here, but if you're here, shout yourself out so I know that you heard my appreciation, because I missed it yesterday. Keisha failed with me more than 2 decades ago. Dude, it's like, how do you fail with somebody like this? You're telling me that this dude is such an easy lick that it requires like 3-word text messages to keep him happy. You couldn't even do that. Keisha couldn't even do that. Just wow. Never too old for this horse crap, I suppose. I think older folks or immune. No, he's not. This is an older dude. I think that they're even more susceptible because they have a stronger disconnect from technology. I think that they're even more susceptible to this. I mean, when you think about what was that that Justin Statham movie Beekeeper with Felicia Rashad, and she got hustled, and that's she's old, and there's younger people preying on older people, or tech savvy person preying on a non tech savvy person. Lonely Hearts Club, older folks are even more. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Decision based on text, Lord, no, yeah, it's pretty bad. Like Keisha could not even pick a low hanging fruit. They are pathetic, and which is once again, they spent their entire existing breeding. This dude was bred. They spent their entire existence breeding guys like this, creating these trees full of low hanging fruit just to watch other people from other country pick it. And that's why you have the SINGs and everything. It's, somebody said nice catfish script. I don't even know what because it seems like this person just sits up in the middle of the night and because it's night and day in Nigeria. So like in the middle of the night, he just has like a bunch of people that he sends like, "Love you, boo." Oh, that's sad to hear, dear. And he's doing that like all day, and that's his work, or all night, and that's his work. Tricked him into shelling out money and making it seem like it's his idea. Classic swindle. Yeah, it is. I mean, and one thing is for sure, and one thing I noticed with the scams and stuff is that, and the train station one is no different, is that they're always in need. It's always an emergency situation. And it almost always deals with a sick relative. What's worse than catfishers are scammers? Absolutely. I mean, in this case, the catfish was a part of the scam, but absolutely. I went on a dating site and this person almost scammed me. The scammer pretended she was a soldier in the Middle East. So this is the same, probably the same people, like the same group with the same story. Like, they picked this woman who has pictures of herself in her uniform and is light skinned, and they just like, okay, we're gonna, use that. She started trying to get money from me. So yeah, a woman's thanks is meaningless. Yeah, but I had enough game to sense that something was not kosher. Yeah. Okay, so you just got in at this point. Yeah, you were sending money to a woman who appeared to be in the military. And once again, it's always like a sick relative. But really, I think that this person even stopped using like the sick relative thing, and he's just started sending it just to send it. And I understand because there is an enormous physical difference, meaning that she is like leagues prettier than he is handsome. So I'm pretty sure that he felt that that was the way to make up for the difference. Yeah. Yeah, people in the military seaside are deployed, don't have brain. I didn't think so. Oh, I didn't know that they didn't have cell phone services. All right. Um, no, this is way worse than nice guy. Yeah. Oh, by the way, to all you game ninjas out there, trust me, that's not going to help in this situation. He's just going to meet somebody to do this to him in real life. And really, it's the game ninjas that are doing this to this guy. Like this is like Lucario's and the rest customer base. Guys like this. Like, notice how he's not listening to people who are trying to help him. Notice that? Like how he was putting himself above those who are just trying to give sound advice. Why I gotta stop sending money? Like, okay. Like, why not? Yeah. And this is just one guy. She's doing this to, yeah. Yeah, I would travel to use affiliate ATMs before my credit union offers ATM reimbursement. That's a good credit union. But still, you have to pay. I mean, because you pay them and you pay, your credit union typically. But it seems like you have a better deal than Wells Fargo. Gave up his information without meeting her. Gave up his money without meeting her. This is why I don't do long distance relationship. That brother's starving. If you're not thirsty, nothing bad will happen. Well, yeah, he's not thirsty for sex, though. He's thirsty for companionship. Which is very natural, especially if you went that long without it. Unfortunately, the sisterhood knows that it's natural, and they're looking to exploit that. You said that quick, I know. You said, why not? Stop sending them money. Why not? Somebody said, this can't be real. Oh, it's real. It is real. If a woman really likes you, she doesn't want to ask you for money. First, she wants you first. Good point. I mean, once again, it's worse to be desperate for female validation, femininity, and attention. That's worse than actually being thirsty for their sexual function. Because when you're thirsty for the validation and attention, and it really means that it's something that you can't just purchase and retrieve. It puts you into a very weird place. It makes you that much more vulnerable. Exactly what almost happened to me. Yeah, I mean, they just scam through numbers. I mean, you send like thousands of these, bad text messages, and then somebody responds, and it's like, ooh, got one. And then next thing you know, instead of making $170 a year, you're making $200 a day. This sounds like the scammer that's getting his money is probably male. Yeah, and it's not like foreign females are like less capable of doing stuff like this, but women are like him. They just don't want to work very hard for it. So like if a woman was doing this, she'll just be doing it to one person, and wouldn't go through all the tech stuff to do it. So yeah, he's right. It's probably likely a dude. I really feel sorry for this dude, as you should. This is why I laugh whenever manosphere guys think that they're going to be lames. We're wrong there, but okay. Whole life and suddenly put in their 40s and 50s. It's clear this guy never got women his whole life. That is clear. I don't know where you're going with this, King Pix. Okay, let's start here. Laughing at him doesn't really help. And it really shows like a desire to want to place yourself above someone. And people who are above don't have that desire as much. But furthermore, okay, he's lame. Let's start there. Let's just say he's the lamest person in the tri-state area of where he lives, and that's someone has to have that title. So I guess it's going to be him. Um, um, what is he supposed to do? Okay. What suggestion would you have for him? Because I'm curious to see where you're going with this. It seems like you just have some like chop it off advice because you're lame and you don't deserve to have one. All right. Let's see. I think he's on the spectrum. Who knows? All right. Let's see. Best case at this point is he's being dragged by an actual female. Good chance there's a dude involved. Yeah. I know boomers are slow, but it's hard for me to believe this is real. Yeah. Women in America shouldn't be broke, especially because of guys like this. Unfortunately, there are more women looking to feed off of these guys than there are these guys. And because the money don't really go as far, $1,500 don't go as far, and you know, there aren't enough of these guys to go around. And that's why they're doing what they're doing. They're trying to get as many of these guys as possible. That's why you hear the complaints like, "Oh, there aren't enough guys at the local dating market." You know, like, "Oh, you need to come to Atlanta. It's 7 women to every man." Really, what they're doing is they're trying to get more guys because they can't have a needs fulfilled from one guy. Is essentially what's going on. All right, I'm gonna go down further. Let's see. They got him on a call with his dream girl. Yeah, I mean, and I think that he really needed that, like, or else he probably would have continued to sin. And he's gonna go right to Keisha. You know, like he's the type of person that just can't watch money gradually stack in his bank account. This is why I avoided being friends with Sims altogether. It's dangerous. Elaborate on that. So that's her on the right. Yeah, she's actually on this level minus the age gap. Age gap is huge for women. I mean, if you're saying that if she was his age, would she be on his level physically? Absolutely. Um, and if you're also saying that when he was her age, he might have been on her level physically as well. However, age gap for women is extraordinary, attached to their level. Extraordinary, like a car, you know. The year of a car is strongly attached to its value. They really banked on this dude. This is why guys need passports and need to travel. Absolutely. I mean, he needs to get this out of his system. Like once he has an abundance, he's in an area where there's an abundance. He's going to get, he's going to get fleeced initially, but um, after a while, he's going to get used to beauty and used to all. He's going to get used to femininity and not pay so much for it. Generally, most people do though. It's yeah, it's in them. It's simping in them. Yeah. All right. Let's see. This person is truly beyond my comprehension. I guess a sucker is born every day. Yeah. He needs to get a bad boy membership from Lucario. Well, it's the same thing. He would just be given Lucario. Um, he would just be giving Lucario his hard-earned money, and still, like 3 years later, he would still be not get the results that he's looking for from women. Like that's it. That's all. Like Then the woman said, yeah. So apparently, and I could see it, like, with the uniform and all, if you're going to do a military scam, you know, um, find a woman with a uniform that's easy on the eyes. And she just fit the bill. I hope he doesn't get a passport, at least while in this mindset he's in. Well, he needs a tribe of people that already has one before he actually just go out there and one man army it. Like, he needs a group of people that he respect enough to listen to. Like, he shouldn't be. No, it wouldn't help him to get in a passport and people are giving him sound advice, and you're like, why not? Because like, even if you see him on vacation, and I've said to guys like, hey, don't send these bras money when you're not local. Why not? If I hear something like that, I'd explain, like, as it was explained to me, that um, that you see these girls going into Wells Fargo with like a stack of Western Union receipts, not Wells Fargo, but Western Union. They walk into Western Union with like a stack of papers, all from dudes that they get money on. Like, it's my birthday, and then like 10 dudes that they send nudes to all the time. Send them money, and $100 times 10, and they got $1,000. And since they're averaging, they got like 5 months' pay for their birthday. I mean, come on now. All right. But being honest, how could it get worse for him? Well, it's going to get worse for him because he hasn't really learned anything, because he's dense, and I think it's more of a personality thing. Like, because he's just gonna find like a local Keisha, a local hood rat, to do the same thing for him. Maybe if he's lucky, she's light skinned. But once it's clear that you clocking like, that you dropping 40K a year, which is more than what many Keishas make, they're going to clamor. It doesn't look like a script, but if it's real, he's slow. Let's say naive. All right, let's see. King Picks point, a lot of dudes in the manosphere be lying to young men, telling them that it gets better with age. It for some it does in a certain way, but not in every way. And this is from a man in his 40s. Um, yeah. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I don't know where this guy was when he was younger, but if he's this bad now, then it probably did get better. As sad as it sounds, it probably did get better. He's extraordinarily naive, and which means that he's been taken advantage of for as long as he had something to take advantage of. Now, I'm going to say what that means. It means that he wouldn't even get this little bit of, false femininity and the 10-year relationship that he was in when he was younger, because he didn't even have shit for the women to hustle off of him. So in a very real way, it did, but even his better is worse than everything. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't excel later in life, but it's going to be hard to be disciplined in your 20s and 30s and magically to be undisciplined in your 20s and 30s and magically see success with women. I think the people in the manosphere who are saying it are saying that if you continue with the discipline that you had in your 20s and 30s, then there will be a reward later. I don't know. I don't really, speak on the age thing too much. I know it was like Kevin Samuels thing, and I don't know if things got better for him towards the end. in that regard. I don't think that was bad for him in the beginning. I think that, like, I think that he was where he was at in college, and his desirability probably didn't go down and may have went up. I don't know. Well, for him it did because he became rich. So. I say a start for him is to make some male friends. Well, he doesn't listen to people and go out with them to bars. I agree with your king pick, but I think that the start for him is to actually listen to other men, and because he's not even listening to the people in his family. They say watch out for them internet girls. Like, I mean, that's the most prophetic advice you can think of. All right. Your social circle can let you know where you are failing in dating. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's what essentially the red pill is. But no, if you have a red pillar saying don't do nothing and expect things to magically get better because you got great pubic hairs, no, it doesn't work that way. Guys who never stepped in the gym their whole life think that when they turn 40 or 50, gonna have some physique is insane. That is insane. I agree. Okay, so I misunderstood what you were saying before. Yes, you see, I was saying that he was younger and took care of himself. He'd likely be able to pull her. Oh, I see what you're saying. And yeah, so we're on the same page. But once again, she's the age difference and the fact that he didn't take care of himself, you know, and it's obvious, um, doesn't really work to his favor. Because even an impoverished woman, in let's just say in Thailand, would rather be with Richie Mack. So there is that. All right, let's see. So you have to explain to grown men why they shouldn't send money to strangers. Dudes are cooked. Yeah, well, he's a boomer. I mean, I don't think he has any kids, but it's sad that so many young brothers are actually raised by men like this. Let's see. That's why I always say get it out your system when you're younger, so you don't end up like this guy. It's sad seeing guys call into Lucarios in their 30s and 40s to speak about things. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's sad at any age, but definitely it is. I mean, the worst thing about Lucario, and which is why I don't really feel bad for their clientele anymore, is because these guys not only are looking to improve their love life, they're looking to do it in order to stunt on people with who don't got it like they got it. They're looking to get bitches so they can tell everybody else how they don't get bitches, which I find deplorable. Like if this guy who we just examined was of that mindset, I would not feel sorry for him at all. The Manosphere guy says it gets better with age because you have money. Well, provided that you do, it does. But most of them completely neglect the physical. Give example. I would have to know of someone in the Manosphere who is grotesquely out of shape, talking about how great things are because let's take somebody like the gray bearded coach Greg Adams. He maintained at least from what I've seen. I don't really watch him like that, but he maintained a reasonably decent physique for a man his age. So Skyler, who's also in his 40s, like prominent members, like even like Andrew Tate, who's not really older, but like, who's saying just go out and be on some Biggie Small shit in like, however, I stay Gucci down to the socks. Like, who's doing that? Yes, you see, guys have literally said it. It gets better with it because you're older and women like wisdom. Okay, just tell me name names. There's a lot of propaganda against older men in the black community, specifically because other communities of people seem to have figured out the benefit of older men. Well, as long as the older man becomes beneficial, then it is, yeah. Okay, I get you say at least Scholar and CGA talk about who's not talking about the I need name. Because here's why I need names, Cortez. Because your critique is of the general manosphere, but it's not consistent with what I see in a general manosphere. Like even like the older guys, like they focus on that too. You got Theo Waff, he's in the gym and stuff. I know he put on weight, but he got back and he learned to do that from the manosphere. So I'm trying to like gauge something like who we're talking about here. Um, I'm gonna see that channel again and see if there's like something else I want to cover on it. Oh, you say it's not as common now. Okay. Yeah, because I definitely wouldn't suggest that go to a country and out of shape. And if there's someone who was, then like when somebody in the manosphere, or who are speaking to a large group of men have something to say that I don't agree with, I don't bite my tongue on that. So like if there's someone out there saying that particular thing, like don't maximize yourself, then yeah, I'm definitely going to speak against that. Okay, so let me see if I can find some more. Right click. What time is it? Cause I gotta get some eat. I'm just curious for myself, but it's hard to remember. But it was very common for dudes to talk like that, even in a chat. Okay. She's beautiful. She's light skinned. Dang, that got 3.4 million views. Like all of his exes seen that, and all of them are kicking like, wait, 40,000 a year? You say guys used to talk like that on Obsidian panel, huh? All right, so let's see here. He was ready to leave his family for her. After 3 years, she was ready to sell. Dang. I've never been to this page before, but looks like it has like a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Looking for brothers though. For 3 years, she was ready to sell her house for him. Dang. Let's see. Sent $50,000 in gifts. So the loneliness is really hitting these old white ladies. Oh, I gotta not today, but stay tuned. Because here we have a woman with the Keisha physique who got scammed, and it seems like it's the same scam. It's just a gender reversal. Okay. Wow. A kidney? Really? They messing with sick people now? I borrow 60K. Man borrows 60K and send an online girl. Oh crap. This is sad to watch. Oh, another military one. 100K gone. So dude, homie got off easy. Well, no, he spent over 100K. But still. Oh, he's a dad. That money could be going to his kids. Dang. Oh, here's another brother. Let's see. Man gone missing after romance scammer reveals herself. What do you mean missing? Victim turns the table on romance scammer. Okay. Romance scammer gets. What is this a picture of? Oh yeah, white women in Ghana, white women and Africans. My K-pop boyfriend. So this fat white chick fell for one of those K-pop niggas. That's hilarious. Oh, here we go. This is a black chick into this chat. Let's see. Woman will not believe her internet boyfriend is a wrong. Why wouldn't they believe that? It's like reeking with obvious. Somebody said Sergeant Willie P has been in the massacre for a decade. He's gigantic. Is he I never seen him. I thought it was muscle. But y'all saying he's a big dude? Man plans to marry his military. Dang, what is with the military one? House Herbert. Oh, okay. So they do updates on people. Yeah, what is this? Did her friend of 20 years just scam her out of $100,000? Wow. $5,000 a year for being your friend. All right. Wait a minute. Romance scam mastermind unveiled after 6-year relationship. Man sends 401k to romance. Dang. This is always Africa. It's like they never heard of jobs. They just. 23-year-old drove 2,650 miles. All right, so if I were to drive that way, of course it would have to be east. I would wind up like close to Maryland or something like that. So he really went across the country. Did he meet her? Like, what is this? I'm definitely going to cover some more of this. This is something that needs to be covered. I do want to just give like a hint of what I'm going to play in the future because I want to see that fat black chick.
This woman wants to know the truth about her internet boyfriend.
He's solid. He's built. He's in the military, so he's like maybe about 6'2", 6'3". He's well fit. I really didn't find interest in him because.
So really, he's the male version of the chick, and it's interesting how she's talking about fitness when she is not that.
His nationality.
Lucas was charming, sweet, and Lamara fell in love with him fast.
I love you. I love you.
It all went downhill when
It's the same person. It's the same person in Nigeria because that's what the dude said. After a month, he started saying, "I love you."
two planned to meet up face to face.
He will only be over there for 6 to 8 weeks, and he said that the commander came and told them all that they will be there until July. That's when he started saying, "I'm gonna get my way out of here. I gotta get out of here."
Lamara has sent Lucas thousands of dollars to help him escape the U.S. military.
And I drove to my van, and that's when I done the transfer.
Is Lucas Lamara's Prince Charming, or just another romance scammer pretending to be a gentleman?
So I'm not for sure, that for a fact that it's real or not real, but
let's find out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your engagement with our videos helps us reach.
Came up over the weekend. It's a lady named Lamara. Let me read her email. Hi, Catfish team. For the past 4 months, I've been talking to a man online that claims to be a sergeant in the military. And he recently asked me for a wire transfer of $4,800. I sent it, but now he says there is a lockbox containing money and documents that is in transit from Yemen to the U.S. And
she's suffering from the same. You know what's funny? They would make a good couple. They would make a good couple, like her and the last dude. if black people got along better, but because they both are stupid. And he asked me for $4,800. I sent it. Like they just gloss over sending gobs of money.
Needs more money to complete the delivery. I'm writing to ask for your help so I can find out whether this is real or an elaborate scam. Sincerely, Lamara.
Hello, Catfish team. Lamara, Ohio. I'm 50 years old. I am retired. Let me be a whole.
But when she says she's an anti-bullying, she's talking about she's a fat acceptance person.
And for different motivational speakers. I explore nature. I travel a lot, and I also like to watch them. Previously, wanted to get back in the dating scene, years later. So that's what made me want to approach the site when I did.
After going through a divorce, Lamara did what many people do. She went online to mingle and see what was out there. She ended up signing up for Christian Mingle.
It wasn't what I thought because I never used an online site before, one of those apps for dating. So I said, I would rather meet a person in person. So I just said, let me try it. So just a friend recommended it to me. So she loved it. So that's when I tried it out. Right when I was leaving the site, I was just sitting there with Lucas. So that's when we began to chat a little bit more because he was saying, let me get to know you a little bit better. So I began to speak with them, and we had a lot of things in common and very compatible. He liked to travel. He had a lot of freedom, and I had a lot of freedom too as well. He's solid. He's skilled. He's in the military, so he's like maybe about 6'2", 6'3", and he was talking about exercising and all of that. When he returned home, and so he's very much fit according to the photo. I really didn't find interest in him because he's Mexican, and so I never dated like a Mexican. So I'm like, but he seemed like a nice person. So I didn't want to judge him according to his nationality, and so I decided to even ask him that at the initial conversation. Have you ever dated outside of your race? He said, no, actually, it's the first for me. No, and I said, it's the first for me. So that's another one of those compatibilities where we just wanted to try something that we haven't before. He's 51, and he was saying that he's Mexican. So he said he's American Mexican. And I was asking him, what does that all mean?
Back in the day when Nigerians used to scam, one clear giveaway was their complete lack of grasp of the English language, the written English language. That was a clear giveaway. And I'm not talking about like romance scams, but like any of their scams, like the you know, you get the emails, everybody get the emails, like, and princess need money to gain access to my kingdom, you know, you give me money, I be queen. Like their English is just like um, their literary skills is horrible, but they're becoming more sophisticated in that regard.
That's when time went on. I began to get a little bit suspicious about these pictures and stuff, and so I began to say, why are these pictures like from you different places in Hawaii, different places when you're vacationing, but they're not selfie pictures? He said, now I can't do that. I can't send you these kind of pictures because we're in a war zone. Do you understand that I'm talking to you privately? I can't be.
It's either the same scammer that got dude, or it's a network. It's a network of people that are using the same scam.
Taking those selfies, and we're in the middle of a war zone over here, and we have restrictions over here, so I can't do that. So I said, okay, all right, I'm not going to force that issue there.
Although Lamara wasn't initially attracted to Lucas, their bond grew over time. He was persistent and consistent. As the weeks passed, he opened up more about his life in the military.
He was saying that he was deployed from, I think, LA. You know, he was doing 25 years. Done 25 years in this military force. So now I'm ready to retire. This is my last deployment, and I'm done after this. You know, and bringing his daughter, putting her in a place of schooling, and so she can be okay, and so that she can be, you know, with the family. And so I began to ask him, what happened with your ex? And he said that she passed away by having leukemia. So, of course, when he found out that I was doing the revivals and into revivaling, he was saying, I want to learn more about Christianity. I want to learn about more about what you do. And I want to get involved in everywhere you go, I'm going to go. Everywhere. And you travel here, I'm going to go. And I'm going to learn. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to support you in everything that you want to do. He wanted to settle down. He didn't want to waste more time. He was serious. But he also knows that I have a ministry, so there's some things I can't do and can do when it comes to relationships. So I told him that this has to be like committed into a serious approach. You know, if that's what he wants to do. So I made that clear to him. I think it was like a month in or something like that. He was saying, you know, I love you this. And I think they were just coming off natural for him. But for me, I was very, very, very suspicious of hearing I love you so early. I was saying, okay, maybe it's part of his tradition, or maybe that was his way of expressing.
I can't get over how compatible she is with the other guy, and how in a less delusional community on both sides, they would have just like met each other, and she'd continue to be retired, and he would work 12 hours a day, and you know they would find comfort, um, and maybe even have like sex that nobody wants to see but them. But instead, it seems like they're infatuated with people who have physiques that they've never possessed.
You know, that he was really for real, and he was very serious about what he wanted.
Lamara liked talking with Lucas, even if she wasn't sure how she felt about him at first. Before long, the uncertainty she carried started to disappear.
So one day he called because I was traveling, and he says he.
So I told you that they were going to get more sophisticated because they're calling now.
You and I said, okay, I'm listening. He said, no. He said, I want to say hello to you, and I want to say hello to you on
Oh,
video.
okay. So just like I said,
So I
they're
said,
getting more sophisticated. And okay, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this because yeah, I'm impressed at how compatible she is with the last guy.
I don't want to talk to you right now on no video. I want to talk to you on, you know, on the text. He says, no, 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 no. I'm serious, and I want to see you, and I'm not joking. No, and I need to see you on video because I want you to know that I'm serious. So then my phone rings. And then I talk. He's talking to me, and in the background he has this USA flag, and he's got the army garment on and uniform and everything. And he's just talking, and everything I do, he comments. So he said something funny. So I said, I was laughing, and he says,
No, make sure that the lips match what he's saying. Because like if someone is talking and the lips aren't matching, it's a catfish. They just take a video of when somebody was talking before, and then they feed you that, and they talk while they're doing that and say like, "Oh, it's buffering" or something like that, but really it's just part of the scam.
oh, with a pretty smile and all. So he was really just looking like it was just like another person like me talking.
But I will say this: the who's ever doing this has some mastery of the English language to be that convincing.
Other end of the phone. So that's why I continue to speak with them and and give them the benefit of the doubt.
Not as naive as the dude.
See herself with. She was ready to meet him face to face.
Supposedly that he will only be over there for 6 to 8 weeks. And he said that the commander came and told them all that they would be there until July. That's when he started saying, I'm going to get my way out of here. That's when he started money in the bank, and I'm going to pay for my ticket, and I'm going to pay for someone to replace me. He called one day, and he says, okay, now it's time to go into the account. Now it's time for me to go into my account. And so then he gave me the banking routing details and all of that. So I went into this, and it was called Quick Link, and he had a substantial amount of money in it. And then he says to write it out to service, like into the U.S. military and all that. He told me what to put to it. It came back pending. So they said, sir, the reason why I have not went through because we put a block and hold on your account because you're using a device, and you set your account up to come from your device and not an outside device. So that's a security breach. We can't do anything about that, sir. You're going to have to pay a percentage of the amount that's in your account. And that was the time that money was mentioned.
Lamara was disappointed to learn the transfer had been blocked. She had been so close to meeting him in person. Lucas turned to Lamara for help covering the cost to unlock it.
Then you can.
Okay, what happened? I seen that something was blocked, but I don't know. So they had. So I told you the scams are getting more sophisticated. It's funny that she's a pastor and she divorced. Like, how does your God feel about that?
Do either a cash app or you can do any type of wire transfer. And I go to my bank, and that's when I done the transfer. He said that he will return it like with extra interest on it. He kept putting interest on it. I'll cover all of these things once I return because I can't do anything from where I'm at. I can't do anything. And I told him that it should all be completed in a little bit. So he knew all of it. He knew everything that was happening. And so when he found out it was completed, he says, okay, he was satisfied with the transaction.
After completing thousands of dollars in wire transfers to the Quick Finance Bank from her account to help Lucas, he still hasn't shown up, and he claims he missed his flight. This is when Lamar reached out to us to investigate.
He was saying that he's supposed to have been on that next flight last week, and I told him, I said, I don't see you on that flight for next week. So I'm not for sure, that for a fact that it's real or not real, but most likely it's a high percentage that is not.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing. And once you've done that, give this video a like too.
If you're looking to contact us and you think you might need our help finding out who you're communicating with online, or maybe you need help breaking through.
Hey Seekers, if you're only following us here, you're missing half the story.
Follow Catfish. On Lamar's email, our team got together to discuss this story and come up with a game plan on how we were going to crack the case.
I mean, this seems like a little far.
She's falling in love with it, and I have to be honest with you guys, I peeked at it and this site looks legit.
The website seems interesting. Brand, what do we have to go off of in terms of research?
So he sent her a link and asked her to send funds via wire transfer to this person by the name of Dawn. And Lamara confirmed to me that she doesn't know Dawn, she never met her, so
I'm actually curious about Dawn. Like, what was Dawn's role in this? Like, who is she supposed to be?
So this guy, Lucas, that she's talking to, asked her to send the funds via wire transfer. and person.
So, I mean, historically, that's a red flag, but it's also a good lead in this case, too.
I think if we can look into who this person is, get some information, maybe even find the phone number, we can make a call and see what her connection is to this person as well.
Eventually, we can reverse search. Between those two things, we can find out exactly where this person is located. And
get some more information about this.
Okay, guys, sounds like we have a plan.
Yep, let's do it.
David and I got straight to work and had a good idea of where to start with research to help Lamara find the truth. Our main two leads were this banking site, Quick Finance, and this woman named Dawn that Lamara was directed to send funds to. So we sat down to see what we could uncover.
She's talking to Luke, and he's giving her his full name. So
I wonder what happened to the black and Asian chick that was on the last video.
I already pulled information for Dawn. I was able to find her. She's a 74-year-old, a widow. She's the one who received the wire. I think we should call her.
Okay.
That's her contact information. It looks like it's up-to-date information. Let's look into the website stuff.
So we have this website. I pulled a Whois, and it was...
Don is probably getting scammed too. Like, he told Dom, I'm going to send you some money. I need you to send it back to me because my account is locked and something.
Stating that this website was created back in 2024, which is very recent, especially for
Suspicious.
a banking site.
And banking institutions have to be listed, and this one wasn't listed, right? The other interesting part, there's a site that you can go to and you can actually search websites by the code and not by the website. And so I took a snippet of that code and I found 6 other websites with the exact same code. So check this out.
Okay.
What does that look like?
The same site we
So
were just on.
Click side by side.
Wow.
So what they're doing is they're taking a bunch of these websites, they're taking the code, they're copying and pasting it. And one of the websites that I looked at had actually been taken down already. But I think we should go. They have the chat feature.
Yeah.
I know you love chatting with scammers. So what if we go in there and we try to see if we can do an IP tracker and see where they're from?
So I think that's a really great idea because I sat down with Lamara and I walked her through an IP tracker option and we created it together and I sent it to her. As of today, I haven't found any new clicks or information about Lucas. And see what happens. Let's see here. So I created a link and I dropped it in. Let's see. Maybe they got curious. Yeah, they clicked the link.
Nigeria. Oweri? Where's Oweri?
Oweri. Yes, we've seen that before.
At least it's not Lagos this time. So remember when we wanted us to draw him out of Oweri because it was so dangerous because they kicked the police out. The only law enforcement there is the actual military because they literally burned the police station. And there's guys that walk down the streets with AK-47s. It's like the wild, wild west for scams. So, I mean, we know this is a scam. We have the IP tracker. We know they're creating a bunch of fake websites. I'll go call Dawn right now. I'll see if I can get a hold of her. I have a high suspicion that she's part of a romance scam.
Yeah. All right, sounds like a plan, and we'll just sit down with Lamara and reveal everything we found.
All right, let's do it.
The next day, we got on a video call to give her the truth.
Lamara, how are you?
Hi.
Dang, she is happy. She got
Lamara.
a tootie going.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi there.
Well,
Hey.
let's get into it. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just, I want to get down to the nitty gritty of who this is on the other end.
When was the last time you heard from Lucas?
Look, today.
You laughed. What's going on?
Well, because they disappeared for a week and then they come back today. They were like, I've been on a mission. I took another assignment. So now I'm doing a raid. And I said, now you're doing a raid and now you're not coming back. So that makes things even more interesting.
Well, I think we'll have some answers for you. That's
what mission is he on? This 2024.
What you're after, and it sounds like you're ready to hear, whatever we have. We've done a lot of research and we under where did it originate from, who's behind this, and we didn't leave any stone unturned. And so
you sent over some images of Lucas, and what we did was we took these images and we ran them through our reverse image search, and what we had found was a match right away. And so we know that the images, the person in the image, it belongs to a man by the name of Anthony Cervantes.
Wow. Okay.
Have you heard of that name before?
No, never.
So it looks like he is now a mentor. Here he is at some of these conferences in LA recently. You've never seen these pictures before?
No, never. Well, that one in the middle, that one with the running and the Olympics, and yeah, that one.
So it looks like this one was Catalina Island,
Yeah.
Catalina Island Marathon 2025. This was last week, and I haven't heard anything
Yeah,
back.
that's 2025. Where was he? What was his combat zone?
So I just wanted to share with you who this person really is.
So we do have something in common. We both do mentoring.
So Lamar, what this person did that you're talking to, they took these images of him. They changed to talk to you this whole time.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. I recall some of them on there now that I'm seeing.
Well, as you can see, he has a public profile and hundreds of pictures and images.
Yeah.
Okay, you seem to be taking this really well.
Well, you know, that's what I work on every day, is to not dwell on emotions about everything. This was definitely heavy on me at the beginning, but as time went on and I began to be a little bit suspicious, I began to slack off a little bit, emotionally. So I'm able to cope with it like today.
That's
I
good.
see. Yeah.
So the next thing we want to get into, so you had sent a wire transfer. Initially, this wire transfer was supposed to be for the bank, but instead the Lucas, right, this fake person, they had you send the money to a person with the name of Don. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This person you've been talking to has been weaving a web of lies this whole time. We were able to locate Dawn, okay? And she's a 71-year-old widow. Her husband just passed away not too long ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were not able to get a hold of her directly. And so I started calling all her kids.
Hello?
Hi, Abby.
Yes.
Hey, this is David McClellan with Social Catfish. I'm actually calling about your mom, Dawn.
Okay.
And I ended up getting a hold of her daughter, and her daughter was really nice. And her kids don't know anything about this. Well, we obviously want to help you and your family out, right? So if your mom's giving money to somebody, she's probably doing it. And if you don't know that she's talking to somebody online, it's a really good opportunity to start having conversations with her, because I mean, these are people that prey on elderly people. I don't know if she's given any of her own money, but usually that's the case, just so you know.
All right. Well, my evening, certainly.
Wow, imagine getting a call like that. And your mom is 70. 70 years old, now looking for penis.
Got interesting.
I'm sorry about that. So what we did is we gave them information. They're going to have a meeting with their, but what's the thing is she was, hey, look, somebody's going to be sending you money, you get that money, and then you forward it to me. I'll let Brienne get into the banking website, because we'll do that next. See where that ties with this.
Wow.
When pulled it up back in 2024. And that's very, very recent for an online banking site. Once I found that information, I took that to David, because I
Google, and I started finding more sites.
For example, you were asked to create an account here and send funds via Quick Finance. So this is exactly the template David was talking about being used on the other banking platform that you were directed to.
See the name is Quick Finance here.
Wow.
And then see right here where it's Ascendia Financial, but it's the literally exact same website. So there's 7 sites using the same template, and there were 3 other websites that were using the same text. So they were different websites, but they were using the exact same text that you see right here.
So now, I told you they're getting more sophisticated. They're doing front end development, or at least copying the HTML from other sites and putting it on a new site.
So it's not perfect, but it's one of the first things that we do when we start doing like investigations.
We created an IP tracker link, me and you, over the phone. I want to let you know, as of today, Lucas did not click on the link.
Okay.
But Brienne actually chatted with their customer service just like you did.
David had me chat, and
Still got the location. So
while I was chatting with this person, I was asking about loans, which they didn't seem to know very much about loans at all. They just redirected me and asked me to email their support. So that right there was a red flag. They couldn't answer anything. I decided to create a link while I was chatting with them and thought, you know, what the hell, let's see what happens. So created a link, dropped it in. So they clicked the.
This show is helping them out. Because remember the last time when they sent the link, they clicked it. Now they didn't click it. So they're learning from their mistakes. And now they're going to watch this episode, and now they know not to, respond in the chat or have an AI chatbot. Just tell them some bull.
Link. And they're from Owerri, Nigeria.
My goodness.
So now putting everything together, Dawn, and then this fake website. So essentially what this person did is they put this fake website together. They had you make fake transactions. So the transactions that you thought you were making were actually totally faked in the platform.
Okay.
So there's probably multiple people involved. Like there's somebody that's doing the chat portion of the website, and then there's the person that you're actually talking to, and they're working together to build the story for you. That it's more big for you. Now you're in this platform, you're making tangible, it looks legit. You use fake banking websites, and that's essentially what they did for you. And Dawn was just a pawn in all of this.
So, scammers, they're professional. They can be very convincing about what they're doing when you're trying to help somebody. When you're trying to.
Well, tell us about the conversation.
Well, and you don't think the average person is going to build a fake website that you can log into, that you can wire transfer for money, that you can have customer support with. It's very elaborate. It's not just like, hey, click on this link and send me money. It's, hey, we built this, we've spent hundreds of hours like building out these sites and doing this and doing that and having set up.
It's not just hours.
So it's basically created.
Because that's going to get a lot of people.
Professional is on another level, and a lot of it is insight to which you can't teach. They target people like someone like me that they know that you're giving, they know that you have a ministry, they know that you're.
It's the same thing. Like, I'm giving, I'm a nice guy. No, you're people who are really paying for companionship. That doesn't make you giving. That just means that you're paying for a service that you didn't get.
Nice, you're kind-hearted, but this way here is a lesson learned. I won't be doing it again.
Talking to you,
I don't think that
glad we were able to uncover all this information for you.
And then we'll follow up as soon as we hear back from Don's daughter, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Lamar. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you too. Thank you so much.
Oh wait, did they say something?
Won't be doing it again. That's for sure.
Well, that's
Sounds
good.
good.
I'm glad we've helped you out.
And I'm blocking them.
That's good.
Good.
Well, it was nice talking to you. I'm glad we were able to uncover all this information for you. And then we'll follow up as soon as we hear back from Don's daughter, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, Lamara. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you too. Thank you so much.
Okay, so they didn't really say anything. I thought I was missing something in the letters. All right. So ideally, hold on. I'm trying to pause it on the other thing. But these two really should find each other. You know, it's interesting because they talk about the male loneliness epidemic, and you know they talk about how many women are single and stuff like that. But for whatever reason, if he had inboxed her on Christian Mingle, she probably wouldn't have responded. And maybe he wouldn't inbox her because she's not light skinned. So it's tragic. Like looking at the two of these, it's just tragic. Anyway, that's why we have these shows, so it don't happen to anybody you know or love. I want to thank the Cash App Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those participating in the chat. Hit that like button on your way out. This is GameChanger 00100. Game over. Peace.